everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nia Imani, and I am your internet best friend. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a chit chat. Get ready with me as I beat my face. If you do like this hair, you can find the tutorial right there or right there, one of those places. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss a beat, and also be sure to follow me on Instagram at NiaBFofia, and be sure to give my podcast, the Brand Like a Girl podcast, a listen. You can find it on all streaming platforms. Enough with the chit chat, let's get into this motherfucking life update, okay? Because life, it's just time for the update, so let's just get into it, okay? All right, y'all, so I tried to record the beginning half of this video, but the SD card was poo. So basically what I did, let me tell you what I did first. So my skin, I've been breaking out very severely in these areas of my skin. So I thought, I'm very hairy right here, so I was like, let me just cut off my hair. I thought the hair was like holding oils, so we'll see. But I kind of just took like an eyebrow razor and I just shaved these areas. I shaved my mustache. I cut off too much of my damn eyebrow. That's why this shit is like but that's besides the point. I sprayed some of this beauty elixir by Caudalie. I can't pronounce this brand, but this MUA that did my makeup in my vlog when I was in New York, she left it in the hotel by accident, so it's mine now. And then I primed my skin with the Fenty Beauty True Matte Pro Filter Primer, and I just prepped my brows. But right now I'm about to color correct because I do have a lot of darkness going on. So this is the Stay Naked Concealer by Urban Decay. It also can be used as like my concealer, but I realize it's really good to color correct, so that's how I use it. So as you can see, this concealer is fairly orange, so it's going to help cancel out all of those dark areas. But now we're going to get into the chit chat part of the video. Today I'm going to be using the Jackie Aina's palette with a mix of the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. Y'all know y'all hate that lady on this internet, but I mean that palette is still fire, so that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so what's been going on in my life? Let's talk about post-grad, because y'all gonna be like, how's that going, Nia? How is it? How's life really been? Honestly, I'm in a better space and like mentally I'm in a better mental headspace than I have been so far. It's just, you gotta just go with life, you know. I think I've been taking myself too seriously and just being too hard on myself. So I'm just honestly in a place where I'm just like, I have to be like gentle with myself. I have to be softer with myself, and that's fine. So yeah, I think post-grad life, it's just been a struggle. Not even a struggle, but like life is a struggle. So to me, I'm just kind of like, just not accepting it for what it is, but I'm just rolling with the punches, because what else I'm gonna do? Like fight the shit? Like, it's no point. And you know, everything is really about mindset and how you perceive things. So if I'm just gonna be in a constant state of this is the worst shit that's ever happened to me, then it is gonna be the worst shit that's ever happened to me. So I've just been keeping a positive mindset. I am currently still living in Virginia. Am I supposed to be segueing into this conversation already? Honestly, I'm moving home. So financially, I have not been in the best space these past 6 months. I am shifting into a better space, but these past 6 months I have not been in the best space financially for the past 6 months. When I was in college, like financially I was taking care of myself, like fully, pretty much paying all my bills, paying my rent, X, Y, and Z. But this summer I was like, look, mommy, I need some help, because shit just been dry. As an influencer, you know, or just as an entrepreneur, there's gonna be slow seasons. And like after graduation, I don't think I had the best plan in mind as to how I was going to execute everything that I wanted to execute. So financially, I was not necessarily in the best place, which kind of caused me to lean on my family and lean on my mother a little bit more than I typically have in the past. So with that being said, living up here in Virginia has been cool, especially like living up here after graduating. I feel better, I will say, instead of just going home immediately. I'm glad I didn't go home immediately. I'm glad I gave myself this time to be by myself, to be in my own headspace, to really take myself out of like what I'm used to and what I've been accustomed to, the routines I've been accustomed to, the things, the people I've been accustomed to. Even though I'm living in the same space that I've gone to school for the past 4 years, mentally I'm not in the same space that I was 2 months ago. I don't feel like I've really just been able to look at things differently in my life, even when it comes to my finances, me living alone, me going back home, all of these things. I've been able to kind of just take myself out of the situation and really look at it and say, wow, like, it's okay. So pretty much with that being said, I'm going to be moving home back to Georgia at the end of this month to get my finances together, to rebuild my credit, to build my credit. And honestly, Atlanta does have has a lot more space for opportunity, especially in this field that I'm in. People will probably ask me, why did you decide to stay in Virginia for so long? After graduation, I did have my heart set on moving to New York, and I thought I was gonna just move to New York, be this influencer, or, you know, land a 9-to-5, and I didn't have a plan. Like, realistically speaking, I didn't have a plan, and I honestly didn't feel comfortable just moving up there without a plan. And being in Virginia was just way more cost effective at the time, and really I was just trying to get my shit together and figure out what did I want next, where did I want to go next, how did I want to go about that. So I'm glad that I've been able to just be here, be still, without being at home. There's a lot of people that live in my, not even a lot of people, my mom, my dad, and my brother, they still they live in my home back in Georgia, and it was a lot of energy, and I needed energy. I needed to be in my own energy and not be in the presence of a lot of energy. To like, I needed to filter out some shit for myself, and I hope that makes sense to you guys. So yeah, I will be moving home this month, the end of this month, hopefully by Thanksgiving, just to get my shit together, to get my life together, to enjoy my finances, but also to be more conscious of my finances and to save. But most importantly, I'm just trying to figure out what's next for me. So I'm not even putting a time frame for how long I plan on being home, because I don't know. So my mom said I could, you know, I think that's the beauty of it. I think that was something I had been fighting for so long. Oh, I don't want to go home. If you go home, you are broke. You know, like, I had such a negative mindset about going home, and that's why God be humbling me. Every time I be talking shit about something, he be like, okay, I'm gonna put you through it. So, you know, I had such a negative stigma about people who went home. Not even a negative stigma, I just kind of just didn't understand. I thought that you had to be a little bit more ambitious. Why go home? But I think that's something that the Black community does a lot. The African American, well, Caribbean community, but they do that a lot. They push their children out the nest too soon, and I was definitely in that mindset because, as you all know, I've been very independent since a young age. So I didn't want to revert back to having to rely on my parents basically by going home. So yeah, basically when I go home, I just plan on being on my grizzly. Atlanta is definitely a great place for everything that I do, but most importantly, what I plan on doing within these next couple of months, within 2020, is just traveling. It's so much world that I personally just have not even seen yet or even thought about yet, and I deserve to see it. So while I'm working, while I'm getting my finances together, getting my credit together, paying off this student loan debt, I do plan on seeing the world. Like, that's all I've really been thinking about. Like, these past 2 months, like, I've been just itching to travel. Like, I just got to get on somebody's plane. I got to see some shit. And I've traveled a lot domestically within the US. I've traveled heavily throughout college, and even this past month, I went to New York last month, which was really, really cool. But it's just time for me to see some more international shit. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing when I get home. I am currently in the process of about to take the GRE. I am looking into grad schools. There are two things that I'm interested in, two programs that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in my MBA. A lot of people will probably say, why would you go to get an MBA? Because as an entrepreneur, it doesn't make sense in a sense. It's kind of like you already build out those skills to manage a business. So why would you go get an additional degree for something that you already kind of have programmed in you? So that is one perspective, because a lot of the curriculum that I have been looking for in the MBA programs, it's not, I don't think that I know everything, but a lot of the curriculum, I'm like, do I really need that information? And I'm in a space right now with my business where I do want to make sure that I know all of the ins and outs, and I know how to appropriately navigate and direct a business. But I'm also in a space where it's like, I'm in the process of building a team, and I can't do all of those things. That's why it's important to have a team to help you, you know, get those things done. So I'm just figuring it out. And then another program I'm interested in is a PhD program in communications. There's one at Harvard, and then not Harvard, there's one at Howard University, but there's also another program that I was interested in that is at the University of Pennsylvania, and that one is fully funded. So getting a PhD in communications, if I was to get it at Howard, I would have to get a master's first, and that's why I was looking at the not the PhD program, the MBA program. I'm like, okay, I can go get my MBA, then I can go and I can get my PhD, and then the one at UPenn is fully funded, and I don't have to have a master's. I could just go straight in and get it. So I don't know if school is something that I want to do like next fall, if I want to enroll into somebody's PhD program next fall, or do I want to take this next year to continue to rediscover myself and find myself and figure out what I want next in life, or not even what I want next. I think that's such a interesting like way to put something. What do I want now in life? I think that's kind of where I'm at with everything. Like, what do I want to be doing right now? How am I going to be making my dreams my reality? That's what I'm trying to figure out more so than what do I want next. Like, you got to enjoy the now. I think for a lot of times I have been so wrapped up in what's next that I wasn't even enjoying the current or the present moment. That what was the point of that moment, you know? So you so focused on what's next, you can't even enjoy next when it comes. So that's where I am right now mentally, just trying to focus on the now, trying to focus on moving back home, what I'm about to do when I get back in Atlanta, how I'm about to do it. But also I got this GRE that I paid for, so I can have those test results. You know, a lot of the programs that I'm looking for, those test results, I think they stand for about 5 years, so I wouldn't have to apply just yet. But you know, I'll keep you all posted on what my educational status looks like next year, this year. But I do want to pursue, I think we've discussed that a few times on my channel, I do want to pursue higher education, but as of right now, I'm not really sure what that looks like. All right, so I will say back to like the money stuff, because I think that's something that a lot of us want. We want financial freedom. We want to be more financially literate, and I talk about this a lot on my channel, and I feel like I haven't been doing the proper things to necessarily execute me being as financially literate as well as free as I should. Like, I'll get large lump sums of money and then poof, they're gone. But it costs way more to be broke, and what I'm learning right now is I'm taking that term broke out of my vocabulary. I'm not using that as a descriptor or an adjective to describe myself. I'm not continuing to label myself as that, because I'm not, and I'm kind of getting out of this scarcity mindset, and I'm just in this place where I'm trying to just like accept abundance and accept things, not even accept things, accept positive things to my life, and giving myself or putting these negative labels on myself or describing my situations. That's what it will always be if I continue to call it that. So I don't know, I'm just accepting abundance into my life and allowing like money to flow to me. I'm just gonna, I don't know, call myself a money magnet, just say that these, you know, money comes to me. Like, I think a lot of times when I say the scarcity mindset, we have this idea that we're supposed to just hold on to money. That's how you save money, but we're supposed to enjoy life. And I'm really not trying to be like on my preaching shit, but like, you're supposed to enjoy life, and money really doesn't hold a value. It only holds a value because we say it does, you know? Like, tomorrow, if all this shit was just supposed to go poof, like, it wouldn't matter if I had $100,000, because it wouldn't matter, you know? So that's why I'm in a space right now where I'm more so trying to focus on doing the things that make me happy and being the person that I want to be, opposed to, oh, I'm trying to get to the bag, I'm trying to spend all this money, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. Yes, money can afford you opportunities to do those things, but I'm not trying to look at money as my main goal. I'm trying to look at the experiences, me living a life full of happiness, abundance, and just doing the shit that I enjoy. That's what I'm trying to do. And it's hard to, you know, change your mindset. I'm completely aware, especially when these are things that you feel like this is all you ever saw growing up. This is how you was taught. This is how people that, you know, showed you what life is, this is how they maneuver through it. So it's kind of hard to say I want to do something different for myself, but fuck it, I want to do something different for myself. So I'm definitely in a space where I'm just like, I'm going to just accept abundance, and I'm going to accept love, I'm going to accept positivity, and I'm going to accept good things to come to me. And when bad things do happen, it's just going to be lessons. It's not going to be the worst shit that I've ever experienced. This color is so pretty. Also, I know y'all probably gonna ask and I don't mind sharing, because this is my journey and I just have to be real with myself. So I'm in a space, I'm single by term. Technically, I'm single. I was in a relationship for about a year. We were together a year and some change. Yeah, because we hit 1 year in May. But right now, I'm just in a space where I'm realizing that I feel like I was afraid to be alone. I feel like I always wanted to be in a relationship because I thought that you know, was what people are supposed to do, which I don't not think that still, because I don't think anyone is supposed to be alone. I think, you know, that we were all put on this earth to find someone to you know, your soulmate, your twin flame, whatever you want to call it, but you're supposed to have someone who compliments you. And I feel like when I was dating so often and so frequently that not necessarily I was afraid to be by myself, I was afraid to be alone, but I was just accepting things that I should not have been accepting for the sake of, oh, you know, I don't want to be alone. And I think that was just a space where I was at, where like I was lacking confidence, and I wasn't the most confident in myself. And like when I look back on situations now, I'm like, yeah, I probably wasn't the most confident because I let a lot of shit slide. And I don't think that relationships are perfect scenarios. I think that, you know, when you're in a relationship, that a lot of times relationships are mirrors. That's something that I've learned from a multitude of situations that I've been in. They're gonna show you some shit that was ugly in you that you didn't even know that you had or that you were doing until somebody else does that shit to you, and you like, oh damn. And I mean, I feel like that's for people who are aware and they choose to be aware and they choose to take ownership of their faults, because a lot of people have this idea that they're perfect and that they can do no wrong, or when they do wrong, I mean, it was warranted because somebody, you know, provoked them to do so. But I'm in a space where like I'm just understanding myself way more, and I'm understanding that when I'm seeing things, when I'm seeing situations, and it's very similar to things that I've done to people in the past or how I act to people now, when someone else does it to me, I just see it as, wow, like you need to look at that, observe that, and understand it, and then adjust it so that you are not that person anymore, or just to evolve from being that person and doing those actions. So that's kind of where I am. The relationship was cool. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about love, and just like having a partner. I can say that was probably one of like the most real relationships I've been in. Like most real relationships that I've been in, where it was just all good. Not even all good, but it was like, this person gets me. I felt like she was probably one of the most people that understood who I was as a person, and I can always thank her for that. But I do think right now, where I am in this headspace, that it would be the best for me to be single. And honestly, I could be saying all this shit right now, and we could go and rekindle this shit tomorrow, next week, next month. I don't really know what the future may hold. But in this present moment, how I feel, I think it's best for me to be single and to focus on what's important to Nia and how Nia is going to achieve the things that she needs to achieve. But I do believe that a lot of times we jump from person to person, relationship to relationship, so that we can avoid coming to terms with a lot of the shit that we have going on internally, and thinking, you know, dumping that shit on that person, or, you know, being in a relationship can get your mind off of the shit that you actually have going on. And I really am in a space right now where I just want to I want to attack everything head on, whether it's my goals, whether it's places that I need to evolve, places that I need to grow, and just spaces where I need to be a better person. And that's not to say that you cannot do that with the partner, but where I am personally right now, I want to do that by myself. For lashes, I'm going in with these faux mink 5D lashes, girl. These from the beauty supply store, $4.99, fire. Okay, so my lashes are on, and honestly, this eye look is very minimal. Very minimal. I feel like the camera kind of tilted a little bit, but it's cool. So right now I'm about to use that Stay Naked foundation. This is by Urban Decay. I have really been loving this foundation a lot. It looks like straight skin, but I always get it on myself or like on my clothes. But it's like honestly my truest complexion. I've never found a fit foundation that just works so much for me. So I like it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, so right now I'm in a space where I am creating content without expectations, without asking people for permission, just doing what the fuck I want to do because I can. I had gotten to a space where I was like, my YouTube was probably like at the height of its career. I thought it was at the time, and I was just getting like big YouTube checks, like solely just YouTube checks, not even sponsorship checks, but big YouTube checks. And And I was just doing it. Like, I was so consistent. This was probably like my sophomore year, junior year. I was just doing this shit. And I'm just like, damn, like, I'm fucking balling. And then I got to a space where, yeah, I know I got depressed and stuff. So I stopped creating. And then when it was time for me to like kind of come back and get into the swing of things, I just felt like, girl, we don't want that shit no more. Like, I felt like that's what it was, but I was so like caught up, I felt like, in a sense, in the numbers and how many views I was getting and how many followers I had, that I forgot the real reason why I even started YouTube. And this was like this was probably up until, when did I start feeling this way? Maybe, okay, I know this looks like not my color, but I promise it is. But I probably stopped feeling like this maybe like a couple months ago. Maybe, honestly, maybe October. I had been in this space where I'm like, I would just harbor content because I'm like, I don't think people are going to want to see this. Or I would produce content or put content into the universe, and I felt like, you know, people didn't want it. So I just kind of got into a space where I'm like, well, what the fuck am I creating for? And it's like, ding ding ding, you're not creating for others. You know, others have the privilege, and I don't say that in like a cocky way, but people have the privilege of your presence. People have the privilege of being able to experience you, to experience your art. And I forgot the real reason why I was creating, and it was just because of me and the reasons that I wanted to create. So I had to get back into that mindset of understanding that, Nia, you gotta just do what the fuck you need to do that makes sense to you, and remember why you started this shit. Because when I first started YouTube, I didn't get no checks, I wasn't getting paid. I just wanted to create videos on YouTube. It was dope. I like to, you know, show off my creativity, and it was another venue where I could mix my love for music, hair, beauty, just everything, just a space where I can express myself. So I got back. I'm in it slowly but surely, not even slowly, but I'm in a space where I'm like revisiting those parts of myself and reclaiming those parts of myself. So what that looks like for me, I am going to be uploading videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for you all. It's gonna be a mix of lifestyle content, just me vlogging, whatever the fuck I'm doing when I get back in Atlanta, but also this moving process, because I definitely want you all to see it. Because I didn't show, because I ended up moving to a different space sometime last year, and I didn't end up showing y'all because it was a damn drag. But that's besides the point. But I'm gonna show you guys, you know, this moving process, you know, how I'm gonna be adjusting when I move back to Georgia, what I'm actually going to be doing when I'm in Georgia, and then also me vlogging. But I'm also gonna make sure that I do like weekly check-ins and letting you guys know what's in the loop with my life. And also just, you know, the hair content, because that's what y'all let us see, the beauty content, because that's what y'all let us see, and, you know, just me. I'm just in a space where I'm like not even trying, I am reclaiming myself. I'm coming back into myself. I'm stepping back into my power. I felt like I allowed my depression, toxic relationships, failures, I kind of allowed that shit to consume me and in a sense define me. And I allowed those situations to win by taking away my happiness, taking away, you know, the positive things that I felt about myself, my drive, my energy. I really allowed that negative shit to consume me and kind of just back me into a corner and kind of hide. And it's like, I don't even really feel like being that person no more. It's too draining to not be myself. It's too draining to not create the shit that I want to create or do the things that I want to do because I'm thinking that people won't like it or people won't want it or somebody's gonna have something negative to say. And I've never really been a person who cared too much about what people think. I think I got into a space where like I got so caught up in my own head of this isn't good enough, people aren't gonna fuck with it. Not that I cared about their opinions per se, but more so like it's no point in me even doing it if niggas is not even gonna consume it. That's kind of where I got in my head, and I'm just like, girl, you need to shut the hell up and you just need to create. So if you guys don't know, I do have a podcast called Brand Like a Girl, the podcast. I just did a large, not even large, I just did a huge rebrand, made us an Instagram. I'm just preparing for my book and for my podcast and everything that I wanted to do with it. So Brand Like a Girl is something that I started my sophomore year. It was a panel discussion that I did on my campus. It turned into a conference. It's a national event or program that Campus Curls hosts. It's the name of my podcast. It's going to be the name of my book. And it's just a movement to me. You don't have to be a girl to brand like a girl, but the true essence of what I mean by brand like a girl is that women hold a lot of power. We are so creative, we're so independent, we're just bomb as fuck. So this is how you need to know how to do shit by women. So that's basically what it is. The podcast, I will be switching it up. I just launched season 2. So in this season, we're going to be doing interviews on Tuesdays with a guest, and then on Thursdays I'll be talking about a topic that's relevant to branding, that's relevant to social media, something that's current within that realm. Y'all see how this is my skin? Ooh. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to be using this NARS concealer. I'm scared it's going to be a little bit too, it's going to be hard to dry, not move. It's going to be hard to move on my skin, but oh well. I'm going to just put a little bit down here. I really don't even do the whole highlight contour shit no more. I guess I kind of grew out of that. Y'all, my highlight and contour video that's on this video on my channel, it got 1 million views. I said, I'm the shit. That's my only video with 1 million on YouTube, but that shit, it was a good little tutorial if I'm being honest. But what else is on my list of things to talk about? Oh, but my book though. Y'all, I've been writing this book for a year. Okay, it's been a minute. And I signed my my contract with my publishing company in either December or January of 2018, 2019, right? And I'm like, oh, since my like Brand Like a Girl for camp, when I was at Hampton, our event was in April, so I'm like, I'm gonna have this book done in April. You got to stop rushing the process. That's one thing I learned about writing this book. Don't rush the process, because it would have been a shitty ass book if it was done by April, you know. These past couple months, that's another thing. I've really been learning a lot of things and skills and I've been experiencing things that need to be in this book. This book is going to be a how-to guide, but it's also going to be a mixture of the shit that I've been through, my experiences, and why or how I've built my brand, and some tools to kind of help you build your brand. I'm not necessarily giving you a direct blueprint because everybody's life is different and the things that we all accomplish are different. So I am no way, shape, or form, I think that's the quote, saying this is how you have to do things, but I'm just trying to share my experience and the knowledge that I've gained. So as of right now, I am looking at, I would say February, March for launch date of the book. I'm working right now with an amazing Black publisher to help me publish my book. I'm working with an amazing Black illustrator to create my book cover, because I thought I wanted my book cover to have my face on it, but that's not the point of the book. The point of the book is how to create a digital brand, how to build a community, how to find your niche, how to leverage social media and technology to help you expand your brand, to get yourself out there, to get people to pay for your work. Because I've been in spaces so many times where people wanted me to devalue myself because they wanted free work, and I'm not doing that anymore. So that's basically what this book is about. And this is also a great way to segue into the next topic, which is right now I'm in a space where I'm just setting boundaries with everything, with everyone, with everybody. I think I've allowed myself to be used up, and I kind of am just over that. I think I realized like I'm an empath, so I'm very intuitive when it comes to like my emotions, when it comes to energies, and when it comes to the energies of others. I'm not saying that I'm that 100%, but I do have a very good feeling of when shit is wrong and when situations are wrong and when people's energies are off, and I don't like to be in those situations. That's why like I really try to avoid a lot of spaces where there's a lot of people. That's just not my vibe. I don't like to be around a lot of people. I don't like to be in large crowds. That shit fuck up my anxiety, so I don't really like those types of environments. But I say all of that to say that I've realized that a lot of people, especially like just in life, try to be around me. I don't know why, but it's a lot of, sometimes it can be in very opportunistic ways. So I'm in a space where I'm limiting myself and how accessible I am to people, and I'm not doing no more, oh Nia, can I just bounce some ideas off of you? Y'all motherfuckers about to have to start signing up for consultations and buying my book and listening to my podcast. You know, it can be very exhausting when I get the same questions so frequently, and it's kind of like, and not in a bad way, but from people that honestly only want information from me and that's it. They don't really want, that's all they want from me, or they want me to do the work for them. They don't want to do the work for themselves. I have so many resources in places where I share information. Sometimes I feel like it just Google, like, you know, Google really is free, and I understand being curious and wanting to know. But I'm in a space right now where I'm just going to be like stingy with myself, stingy with my energy, stingy with how I share myself with others, but also just setting up boundaries so that I have energy for myself. With that also being said, I am currently working on a new business endeavor. I know some of you, I haven't addressed it on this channel at all, but I am no longer working with the mobile application Hair Days. I signed on to be CEO last year in the summer, and it was a cool experience, but I was in a space where I was working with a team who didn't really want to work, and they thought they were helping me, but they weren't. So I kind of felt, I had a lot of anxiety dealing with that because I felt like I wasn't doing enough, but I could only do but so much. Like, I was applying to so many programs to kind of raise funding. I was trying to build a team, but I don't think that was a space where I really knew how to grow. And I didn't really have the, I won't say resources, but I didn't have the support, the necessary support that I personally needed to make it a success. So I am no longer affiliated or working with that organization, working with that company. So I mean, I will say thank you all who did support me and who did download that app. But right now I am working on a sustainable hair care brand with a nice sweet young lady. She's also a Capricorn that I met at my Harvard program that I went to last summer, and we're working on basically just revolutionizing the hair care industry, the beauty industry, and how we can make eco-friendly and sustainable products to save the planet, because y'all motherfuckers be acting like we're not finna die if y'all don't get, well, not even we get our acts together, but if these large corporations who mass produce consumer goods, oils, textiles, if they act like, you know, I feel like a lot of people just pollute the world, and I'm not even trying to get off on this tangent, but motherfuckers be acting like this is it. And I mean, like, that this is not it, that the planet, yes, it regenerates itself, but take care of it, you know? And I don't feel like people take care of it. So we're definitely just trying to change the face of the industry. Right now we are doing some research, so if you want to win a $100 Amazon gift card, especially for the holiday season, definitely check out the survey that I have in my description box. It'll just say, you want to win $100? Just check that out, and you can just enter your chance to sign up for the survey. We just want to know what type of products you all will be looking for, what's important to you when it comes to hair products, and just some different things that you might be interested in when it comes to a sustainable brand. You all know that I care a lot about the integrity of ingredients, how products are made, and how products feel in my hair. So no, the products are not going to be dry, they're not going to be shitty. This is going to be a quality brand, and I want to hear from you directly what you want, so that I can make a brand that was made with us in mind, that was made for us, and that is going to actually work for us. So that's just, you know, what's going on. I am working for myself full time, and one thing I've learned about working for myself and just working with other people has taught me that I thought that I have, well, no, not even I thought, I have trust issues a little bit. That's why I am setting boundaries too, because I definitely can say that I have trust issues when it comes to people. In the past, I've worked with other people and they've shitted on me, but I'm the type of person where I just kind of let shit roll off my back like water. If like people think that they're gonna talk shit about me, I just kind of sometimes just let karma do its job. You know, with Campus Curls, I've had so many of my former chapters like decide that they wanted to no longer be with our organization, and they go and start similar organizations on their campuses. They talk shit about us on the internet, or they take from our organization, which I mean, it's a natural hair organization. I don't know how much you can differentiate from that, but they'll take like pieces of our mission and stuff like that. So I'm in a space where I'm just getting a little bit more serious about my business, how I conduct business, and yeah. But I don't know, I feel like I'm in a space too where I'm trying to re-strategize my businesses. I'm trying to be more organized in my businesses and in my own daily life, but I'm also in a space where I'm just trying to do what makes the most sense to me, what flows to me, what works for me, and how can I be a better person, a better entrepreneur, and how can I grow in those areas. But most importantly, I'm in a space where I need a team. I'm working on building a strong team because I cannot do this shit by myself. I've caught myself having a lot of anxiety attacks, or just like intense panics where I'm just like, I should not be panicking. Like, I'm not defined by my work, and I think a lot of us need to understand that we're not defined by our work, and we're not defined by how productive we are. That's not the end all be all. Work is not the end all be all. Work is not my life. It's a part of my life. It's, you know, it's mixed in with my passions. That's why sometimes the shit gets, you know, a little confusing, because it's like, you know, you love what you do, but you also have to take time to nurture yourself and step away. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I guess the last thing I want to talk about, hold on, this is my favorite part of the process. So a place that I am right now, just moving forward, I'm in a space of just accepting myself more, loving on myself more, and just growth and just being more confident in myself. I realize, like, when I'm laying down, like my shoulders are like very tense. Like sometimes in my head, not even to sound crazy or anything, but like I realize how I speak to myself, not negatively per se, but like I'm so hard on myself. Like, you should be up right now, why aren't you working, why are you chilling, why are you relaxing, you're not getting anything done. And that kind of, you know, goes into what I was saying about how I'm not determined, my worth is not determined by how productive I am. It's deeper than that, and that's something I'm trying to figure out more of right now. But yeah, I'm just realizing that I gotta accept me for who I am. And I mean, I've always accepted myself for who I am, but I definitely did go through spaces where I didn't, or I was trying to confine myself to what I thought I should be based off of what I saw around me, which is something that I think we all do. And I think that life, to be successful in this life, is to just be your most authentic self, to be your most true self, and just to accept yourself for who you are, flaws and all, and enjoy yourself as a person, and not focus on, don't try to be like somebody else. I think we all have people that we have, you know, similarities to, that are like us, that are similar to us, but we have to most importantly just be ourselves, because when you are unapologetically yourself, that just gives somebody else the okay to be themselves too. And people who aren't themselves, I feel like those are the most unhappy people, because they cannot express themselves truly, so they're constantly trying to find somebody else to be, and that shit, it has to be tiring as fuck. So yeah, I'm in a space where I'm just like, nah, fuck all of that. Like, I gotta just be me. I gotta accept me for who I am, the shit that I've done in the past, you know, right my wrongs, accept Nia for who she is, and love her for who she is and all her weirdness and just who I am, and not be ashamed of what I've been, what I've seen, what I've been through, because I'm not my circumstances. I'm not, you know, the things that I've been through. I'm not who I used to be. I'm only gonna get better. And that's just through acceptance, and that's through me living in my truth, and that's all that I can do. So that's kind of just where I am in my life right now, just accepting myself for who I am, loving on myself, being nice to myself, nurturing myself, but most importantly, just embracing my inner child. I think that is something that we all should do. And I was telling my mom too, I'm like, we got to talk to ourselves like how children should actually be talked to. Children are so authentic because that's all they know how to be, like, until society tells them that they got to be this person and they have to conform and they have to be sheeps, and that's a whole different conversation, I feel like. But I think a lot of us are sheeps. Well, not us, I ain't no sheep, but a lot of people, I realized, I observed, especially in college, a lot of people want to conform, not even just college, in life, a lot of people want to conform to what they think they should be, opposed to what they really want to be, and that causes so many conflicts within yourself because you're not living your truth. Children, until you tell them who they should be, are who they are, and that's just what that is. So I'm just in a space where I'm just going to be talking to myself as if I was not as if I was a child, but just nurturing, you know, little Nia, who she was growing up, and letting her, you know, making room for her to be who she needs to be, but also being soft on myself, not so hard on myself when I don't meet my to-do, like I cross off everything off my to-do list, or if I don't, you know, reach that goal. It's okay, because tomorrow is gonna come, but I'm not going to allow myself to be my failures, to be my circumstances, and to be the experiences. Although my experiences have shaped me, I'm not those experiences. So I'm about to just put my lip on, take down my hair, and we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit. All right, y'all, so this is the completed look. This is a hella soft glam eye. I kept it very neutral, but I did smoke out my lower lash line. For lips, I'm wearing Chestnut Lip Liner by MAC. I did Mented Cosmetics, their Peach Please lipstick with Velvet Teddy in the center. And that's really it. This is my twist out. Make sure you guys check out this tutorial. Honestly, I'm just in good spirits. I want to end the video on that. I have been feeling more positive because I have realized that life is not as serious as everybody thinks it is, or everybody wants it to be. I'm just allowing everything to flow. And that's my motto. Just let that shit flow. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do like more videos like this, I can do more chitty chat videos. I can talk about different topics. I do like to do my makeup and analyze and dig in. So if there's anything in specific that you would like to hear from me cover, I will do so. And I also will be able to, but I will also keep you all abreast of my journey in regards to where life is taking me. I will keep you all updated. Just stay tuned to my channel because we're going places, okay? So thank you all so much for watching. I will be sure to catch you all in the next one, and I hope you all have a prosperous week, weekend, evening, day, all of the above.